Hi, I'm Scarlett, a consultant at the MCLA Help Desk. Today I'll be going over how to install and use the Microsoft Lens app. Microsoft Lens is essentially an app on your phone that you can use to scan in documents for either submission for academic work or just because you need your in the real world stuff to be digital stuff. Microsoft Lens integrates seamlessly with any other MCLA Office 365 powered applications. It really is just a document scanner on your phone. You may be asking yourself, why don't you just take a picture of whatever you need scanned? In some use cases, that is actually okay, but if you're trying to submit like academic work, most professors, especially during the COVID era we live in, they'll prefer to have either a PDF or a Word doc, and this is what Microsoft Lens essentially allows you to do. Let me walk you through how to actually download the app. In this case, I'm using an iPhone, but the steps are basically identical if you're on Android. You just have to know to go to the Play Store instead of the App Store. So if we go to the App Store, we just do a search for the Microsoft Lens app, and we just download it like you normally would download any app. And once it's downloaded, we can go open it. Now, the first time you open it, it's basically going to give you a rundown of what the app is, which is kind of everything I said earlier. It's a pocket scanner. You can save, edit, and go. And you'll probably be asked to allow access to your camera because that is how the document scanning process actually works. So here's the permissions. I'm just going to hit OK. And access to photos, it will need that too, so it can actually save documents. So I have this document here, and what you'll notice is that it's already trying to frame my actual document with the corners up in the red. And what you want to do is you're essentially taking a picture, but you want to try to keep those red lines actually lined up to your document. So that looks good to me, so I'm just going to snap a picture of it. And now it brings me into this editing mode. Essentially, you always want to, you see these are adjustable corners, you always want to make them look as close as you can to the edge of the document, and then you can hit confirm. Now, if you have multiple pages, you can hit the arrow, the back arrow up top, and that will bring you back to the camera. But if you're done, you can go ahead and hit this bottom arrow right here. Now, there are a few options here. If you're just doing this to submit something, you'll probably just want the filters. If you just want that scanned look, you can just choose document, or you can choose lighten or whiteboard. Generally, you're looking for the one that makes the document the most readable. So in this case, if I had a document, that looks pretty good to me. I also have the option to go back and crop if I didn't like how it turned out the first time. And of course, I can rotate it. I can even mark it up, actually. See, I can draw on it, just no problem. So I think that this document looks good as is, so I'm going to go ahead and hit done. And this brings me to export options, essentially. I can save it to my photo library if I just want it in pictures, or if I need to submit this, or I want it more in one place, I can either use PDF or a Word, which are the most two submittable file types. If I wanted a PDF, that's cool. And you can either save it to your phone or save it to the cloud using OneDrive. We personally recommend you use OneDrive. That way, everything you ever make a PDF out of, you can just back it up to the cloud and have the assurance that it's actually there, so you don't lose that very important term paper. So to do that, it will just have us sign in, and we're just going to sign in with our MCLA account. Boom, then we can hit sign in. And now if we hit the OneDrive again, it will transfer to the cloud. All right, so now that we actually have our document and it's either on the cloud or just on the phone, there is one more step we need to do first. Specifically for iPhone, if you just save it to your phone, it only saves it to this app. To actually save it to the phone itself, you have to first open the file. Clicking on it will either open on it in this view, or it may try to open it in a web browser, but the process is the same. We hit the export icon up on the top, and then we scroll all the way down until we see the Save the Files option. We click that, and then you can either save it to iCloud Drive or on my iPhone. I just want to save it locally on our device, so I will hit save, and now it is actually on the phone, and now we can use it for what most of your use case will be, which is submitting assignments to Canvas, essentially. So here I have this assignment here. And if I want to hit submit, I can attach my file. If I'm going through iPhone, I just have to find where it is within my own files. It looks like it's this one. And then once I'm all set, I can hit submit, and then I will have the same exact experience as if I just scanned it in with a regular document scanner and submitted it that way. It's the same experience really, and I think it's quite nice. So that's pretty much the basics of the Microsoft Lens app. If you need additional assistance with the Microsoft Lens app or any of the services MCLA provides, feel free to stop by the help desk.